Howdy. What is potassium good for? Published 2 days ago. It's an essential mineral that we only can get from our diet. But what's potassium good for? Potassium is an essential mineral that plays many important roles in the body, from helping keep the heartbeat at a steady rhythm to maintaining normal fluid levels inside cells. Scientists are also learning more about the role potassium may play in improving cardiovascular health, controlling blood sugar, and even maintaining bone health. Many people will have heard that bananas are high in potassium. But this mineral is also available in a variety of other foods, including dried apricots, chicken, and beans. Read on to discover why we need this mineral and what happens when we don't get enough. Potassium is an essential mineral found in many different foods. It is also an electrolyte, a particle that carries a small electrical impulse or charge that helps the cells, nerves, and tissues in the body to function. According to National Institutes of Health, wait a second, that's very annoying. According to the National Institutes of Health, the body needs potassium for almost everything it does. Humans cannot produce potassium themselves, so it's important to get enough potassium in the diet. What does potassium do for the body? Potassium plays a critical role in how well the body functions. Yazi Ansari, a registered dietitian in California and a spokesperson for the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, told Life Science that it primarily helps with muscle contractions, blood pressure management, and regulating our hydration status, mainly fluid levels within our cells. It also supports overall cardiac function and bone health, she said. Low potassium levels are linked to cardiovascular problems such as high blood pressure and stroke, but until recently, health experts didn't understand why. However, in 2017 study published in the journal JCI Insight found that mice low levels of potassium in their diet resulted in buildup of calcium in the muscle cells within the arteries, causing them to harden and reduce blood flow. The researchers also found that this process could be reduced by increasing potassium intake. However, this was an animal study, so the findings don't necessarily translate to humans. But it does provide one theory as to how low potassium levels may be linked to cardiovascular issues. Kidney stones, according to the NIH, a diet low on potassium increases the risk of calcium building up in the urine. This is because a low potassium intake impairs calcium reabsorption within the kidneys. Too much calcium can lead to a buildup of crystals forming in the kidneys, also known as kidney stone. Around 1 in 10 Americans have diabetes, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, of which approximately 9% to 95% have type 2 diabetes. Scientists have long been looking at the role of potassium, what role it plays. Yeah, maybe I should just read the sentence. Scientists have been looking at the role potassium plays in helping to regulate blood sugar levels. A 2017 study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that low potassium levels may be a predictor of type 2 diabetes, particularly in African Americans. What? However, more research is needed to understand how potassium can control blood sugar and its role in reducing the risk of type 2 diabetes. Bone health. A higher potassium intake also has also been associated with increased bone density and bone strength. Yeah, maybe like if you stop feeding the chickens the eggshells, they still provide you with eggs. But if you stop feeding them with potassium, they will probably stop once laying eggs, and the shells are very soft. Transmutation of the elements. When researchers are unclear as to why, one theory is that potassium helps to neutralize acids that naturally occur when eating animal protein and sodium, according to the NIH. Without adequate potassium to neutralize these acids, calcium is pulled from the bones to do the job instead. And without enough calcium, bones become weaker. Muscle contraction. Electrical signals released by potassium help the muscles to contract properly without causing cramping, weakness, or pain, according to the Mayo Clinic. Yeah, is there any ketchup clinic somewhere else? Ha ha ha, ha ha ha. They also regulate the contractions in the body's most important muscle, the heart, resulting in a heartbeat. Low potassium levels, known as hypokalemia, can increase the risk of abnormal heart rhythm, which can be life-threatening. This is currently no recommended dietary allowance for potassium, but there is an adequate intake. These are established by expert committees of the National Academies of Science, Engineering and Medicine. Ansari said that AI gives an idea of the approximate amount people should consume each day when there isn't enough clinical evidence to establish an RDA. Men need much more potassium. But anyway, according to Ansari, any of the following conditions can indicate that the potassium intake may be too low: muscle cramping and spasms, kidney stones, decreased bone health, elevated blood pressure, heart palpitations, muscle weakness and fatigue. Yes, lots of foods contain potassium, including many fruits and vegetables. Eating a variety of fruits and vegetables every day should be enough to get all of the potassium the body needs. I'll leave it here. You can read the rest if there's any. I think so. Maybe there is. Nuts and stuff. Beans, chickens, nuts, orange juice. Yeah. Oranges. Eat oranges and stay healthy. Thanks. Bye.